So, you've found the one. And that one happens to be a guy. Congratulations. You're in for a life-changing experience. The entire dating process from meeting new people to wooing your future spouse is full of awkward moments and silly questions that you wish you could just forget as soon as possible. But alas, these situations arise and there's no going back now. It's time to suck it up and move forward with grace. Being in such a euphoric state about being with someone for the first time ever should ideally be the happiest time of your life, right? Not exactly. There are so many things that you should never say to your boyfriend in order to preserve his dignity, his self-esteem, and keep him from leaving before things get even worse. Luckily, we're going to provide some insight into this taboo topic by explaining why you shouldn't do it, what kind of consequences these words will have on him if he hears them, and how you can get through this situation without making matters worse or losing him forever. Don't compare him to your ex. There is never a good time to do this, and you should avoid doing it at all costs. This will make your boyfriend feel inadequate, insecure, and unloved. The best thing you can do for your boyfriend is to be honest about how he made you feel, rather than comparing to your ex. If he did anything wrong, tell him without accusing him of anything, because if he leaves, it will be because of how he feels about himself, not because of you comparing him to someone else. Don't accuse him of not being serious about you. Anytime you accuse someone of not being serious about you, it will leave him feeling insecure and might cause him to withdraw from the relationship. When you accuse someone of not being serious about you, it makes them feel like they are not appreciated or valued in the relationship. It also sends a message that he's not doing enough for you and may even lead to self-doubt. Don't ask him about other girls. In case you didn't realize this already, your new boyfriend is not interested in discussing his ex-girlfriends. He loves you and he doesn't want to talk about them. He wants you to pay attention to him because he's the only one that matters. Sure, some guys love to talk about their past lovers even more than they love talking about their future wife. But as long as you respect your partner's boundaries, it will be fine. Don't try to propose or move too fast. For all of your efforts in finding someone who you're in love with, don't try to propose too quickly. The man needs time to process everything that's happening and finally put the pieces together. When you start throwing out the words, "Will you marry me?" too quickly, it makes him feel like he's being rushed into a decision. You might even prematurely force him into a commitment before he knows how much he loves you and how committed he is to you. If things are moving too fast for him, then he might be more likely to back off and run away from the relationship altogether because it might not be what he wants. If this happens, you may never find someone else as good as the one you found. So don't make matters worse by using these words in his presence. Don't compare your relationship to his ex's. Your relationship is a thing of beauty, and it will always remain as such. There's no need to compare your boyfriend's former relationships to your present one. Your boyfriend has had his fair share of relationships, but all that's done with is over now. You have nothing to worry about. You've got this one right here, and now it's time to focus on the present moment. So, don't bother comparing your relationship to his ex's, because he doesn't harbor any feelings for them anymore, and he should be able to tell that by now. Don't tell him that he only sees you as a friend first. This is one of the worst things you can say to your boyfriend. Of course, he's just a friend first. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have feelings for you, or that he would choose the friendship over you. He might just like the idea of having someone in his life that he can rely on and trust without any strings attached. But if you tell him this, then it will only make him feel worse about himself and lead to more emotional distance with you. You see, if your connection is too strong for him to be able to maintain it as a friendship, then there must be a reason for him to want something more from you than just friendship. Don't say that you can't stand his friends or family. If your partner is the type of guy who's really into his family or friends, it would be a tough pill to swallow for him if you suddenly stopped liking them. And you definitely don't want to do that. You need to understand where he stands on this topic and not make assumptions about what he wants from you or how you should act. Don't stress over the small stuff. Just be happy together. One thing you should never say to your boyfriend is, "I'm so stressed out." You need to make it clear that you are in a good place, with him by your side. You are not going through an endless loop of confusion and doubt in the beginning stages of dating, as he is trying to figure out if this is something worth committing to. If he hears you saying these words, it will cause him to worry more about what he might be missing, rather than focusing on all of the exciting topics that you could talk about. That's a complete turn-off for anyone wanting to sustain a relationship for a long time, because it gives off the impression that there's something wrong with yourself, or with how things are between the two of you. It's okay to have mixed emotions about a relationship. A relationship is a big deal, and it can be hard to keep things running smoothly. Everyone is struggling with their own issues, and people may slip up from time to time. But if you're in a relationship with someone who's always on your case, you're not going to be happy. And if you're always nagging or complaining about the little things, you're going to end up making a big deal out of nothing. So, stop comparing your relationship to his past ones, and stop worrying about anything that doesn't matter. Just enjoy your time together, and you'll have more fun than ever before. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe to our channel.